Capricorn, come on in as the leaves fall and the season change and some things die or they end. Natural progression. And that's within your reading, but there's huge growth and boy, do you have a handle on it. Not easy, but you got a handle on it completely. And there's levels of support that they're going to be there for you so you can laugh about it. Okay, so we're going to talk all about it. Stay tuned. Woohoo, Capricorn. Are you ready for this? I know I am. Capricorn. I like Capricorn. All right, let me do one more shuffle. I just want to do one more. And we will lay them out. How you doing with the eclipses? Pretty intense energy between the Libra. Oh yeah, between the solar eclipse in Libra, and then coming up on the 28th, we've got the Taurus lunar eclipse. Lots of completions, and we're coming into a week now of lots of levels of communication. There was a chance of kind of biting your tongue the previous weeks, but this is going to be a week where some people are definitely gonna spout off. Totally gonna spout off, and people are gonna have arguments. I don't know if you can. Let me show you. This card is definitely a card of come on now, a card of arguments, and nobody wins in the end. And a 5 makes it intensified. So we're gonna put this back in, and. Ooh, yeah. But this week, some people are going to go at it. What are you going to do, Capricorn? You're a great strategist. I hope you use things to your advantage. You're one that can keep your cool until you lose it. The level of explosion that when you finally do lose it, boy, do you get upset. But boy, can you keep your composure for the longest time because you know it's beneficial. And you'll really keep it together. So I guess that only is as apt for when you finally do lose it. Woo! Capricorn blows. It's pretty intense. Intense. But let's see what you're going to do now. So I just need to take a couple seconds to push these into place, and then we'll start your reading. Okay, Capricorn, here we go. We have got an interesting reading for you. What we have in the center section, which is very interesting, is we have the Death card here, okay? And then we have the 2 of Wands. Okay, so this is basically saying there's a natural progression to something that's ending, okay? A natural death progression of ending. Now the choice is it something that you've made the actions to end it, or you're having to do actions and choose actions because it ended? I don't know, only you know that. But on this, covering it, it does say it's not an easy ride. It's talking about, of course we know the card with the 5s intensify anything, and we've got kind of like arguments or disagreements and people that feel dejected. There's different people in this scenario. It's saying, which one are you? It's saying that it might be apt that you might feel a little dejected or rejected or a victim of it. I guess that's all your interpretation of how you want to go into it. But if anything, it's saying it's not exactly easy. This is love and relationships that we're talking about. So it's the love within your relationship. So there's something within a relationship or relationships that you've decided, or it has ended, or you've decided an aspect of it, or it itself needs to end. And not easy, because on your bottom line you have your Wheel of Fortune here, which is turned upside down because it's saying some of the actions that you've taken things didn't go over well in certain aspects. They didn't go as you hoped them to go. And it is part of your fate to go through this. It's just not easy because the Wheel of Fortune's on the downswing. Sometimes when you have a Wheel of Fortune on the upswing, you're like, woohoo, you're just jumping over every hurdle and being like, wow, this is fun, this is cool. This is more like, oh, I had to crawl under it and crash through it, part of your destiny, but not exactly fun. Got your knees scratched a little bit in the process. It's also saying that you're going through a lot of reflection with all of this within. Now, Capricorn is someone who likes to build things. So one of the things within your attitude is saying, I don't see long term with this, long lasting. And you you build a structure, you build it out of stone, you build a Roman cathedral, lasts forever. That's Capricorn. And this just doesn't have staying factor. Something about this or the way it's been, it's either got to change or it's got to end because it doesn't have staying factor. And you are getting that. It is talking about within your environment here. It's definitely saying that you have the Devil card where within the Devil card there was some aspect of the relationship that had a hold on you, or there was either like a addiction or obsession, or you're reflecting back upon that aspect of the relationship. Sometimes things are a little bit, I don't know, fun, or we really are drawn to it and we get stuck in it because of it. It also talks about in the past, it says that you realize that there was kind of like an abuse of power, and kind of like when you're in some sort of new situation, you're like, oh, this is a great new religion and they're spiritual and they're here to help and love and all this sort of stuff, and it's really intense with the fives up there. But then you all of a sudden realize, wait, I'm in a cult and now they're trying to control me and this is not fun, and my mind, I feel abandoned and strapped, and wait, I'm not doing this anymore. And you got to walk away. But not fun, because you hoped for so much more, and that didn't last that way. It also says going into the future that you have a Queen of Wands energy, that she is uninspired and not satisfied, dissatisfied, which would make sense with, sometimes when you go on the downswing of something, then you can feel uninspired and not satisfied with the things that you have. Completely understood within, why that would happen. It's saying within your hopes and fears, you actually have a good attitude. You're hoping to, what are you doing, Cappy? You're hoping to heal from this, learn from this. It was not easy, so that you can take the proper new choices and the actions towards the future. So you've got a good attitude of where you want to come out within levels of, and with the middle section, I just want to make sure, I hope that you don't come through feeling like a victim, because we were meant to go through some things. And it does say in the future that you're going to be considering which friends you want to be hanging with and supporting you, because some of them are going to be always pointing out the things like that didn't work, and that can make you feel insecure. And then there's other friends that are going to be like, well, you learned. They're going to have sense of humor, and you got to be able to laugh over it and say, well, we learned from this. We got new tools and everything. Let's go to the next thing, on with the next thing after we've learned and gained, and here we go. So consider that. Definitely you'll be considering of who is going to make you feel more insecure, or who's going to make you laugh and be able to move forward beyond this. And then also you're going to be a little bit malingering on the consideration of who within your support systems and friends are really there for, in creating things. You all come together to make, with your tools, within your skills, and supporting one another, you come together to make beautiful things. You make beautiful cathedrals and long-lasting. And who are those people? Who really are they? Actions, consistency. And it's going to have you more appreciation for sure with the people that are that, and the relationships that are meant to end in the fashion that they are. Some relationships will just be new boundaries, but as we know, sometimes when you lose your innocence on something, it's like, well, I can't ever view that the same. So it's kind of like the relationship ended on a certain level, and Maybe it'll continue in another fashion, but it'll never be the same. So I don't know what that'll be for you, but this is the energetic that the cards are talking about. It's the offering of how you want to see yourself and how you want to go through it. So give me a moment. We'll come right back with the wrap up. Just a quick reminder to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. This will give you a feel for which energetic you're possibly experiencing right now. And if you would like a detailed personal reading, you can book a reading at ctgtarot.com. And thank you for subscribing and clicking the like button. The kitties and I are very grateful. Okay, Capricorn, let's do this. For the wrap up, basically, there's been within your relationships, could be love, could be the love within relationships. It's basically there is a death or an ending, a natural progression of something where either you made the actions to end it, or ended in the fashion that it was, or it ended and now you're having to take actions because of that. You or someone within this scenario can feel rejected and dejected and a little bit of a victim. If anything, it's still not easy, no matter who's going through it. Now, that's going to be really your choice in how you want to view that. It does look like you're on the downswing of your fate or wheel of fortune, so it makes it more difficult, even though this is what you're supposed to be going through to learn and grow. You are going to be reflecting on that something was not, it was overwhelming and not long lasting, not like, didn't have lineage to it, but yet in your environment you are also looking and reflecting upon how something had power or control over you, or kind of like addiction, attraction, obsession, sort of why you're asking yourself, why did I blah 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 with this, so it had so much pull on me, control on me, affected me so much. You're really looking into that right now, because it does say just in the past there was definitely a level of relationship where there was an abuse of power, and you know not to view this as abandonment, because it's not. And you have complete power to walk away or re-establish it differently, and that's completely in your power. It does say in the future you're feeling uninspired and not satisfied, so you're going to have to do things to work that out, to probably get with friends, like it's talking in the future, where you are deciding you can either go with friends that are going to be pointing everything that didn't work out or didn't bloom or didn't transpire, or you can go with friends that are like, oh, you can make jokes about it and learn from it, grab the tools, let's, get it, gather it, and go. Let's move on, let's keep moving. I would definitely get with those friends to help the progression, because you are looking to heal within this, to learn. Not easy, not easy, not easy. But your attitude is good, because you do want to take all that you've learned so you can take new actions in the future. And within still looking into and of your relationships, of who brings forward their skills, everybody coming together to make everybody better and make things together and manifest things together and build beautiful cathedrals. And who's really going to be doing that with you? Who's really in it? In it to win it. For everybody's sake. And you're really thinking about all of that. And it's a really good experience to learn and go through. Not necessarily easy, but definitely something within relationships where either certain relationships or a relationship is ending, or ending in the fashion that it'll never be the same. An innocence lost. But it's growth. That's what happens once you have an innocence lost. You have the growth from it. You'll never be the same, but you'll definitely have the growth, and you mature. And then what do you do with that to build bigger and better things, Capricorn? Because you're amazing, and you're going to make amazing things in the future and build castles and cathedrals and all out of stone and lasting with great people that really appreciate you. and you can do that with. Anyway, so this is what your reading was talking about. It's the energetic of it. And so you obviously can see the choices that you have within it. You're a great reflector in this, really reflecting upon it. You'll make good decisions. You always do. Okay, Capricorn, talk to you in the next reading. Mush, mush.